Hi, Miss AV. Welcome to my recording. This is the recording for the second quarter project. So, to start off with part one, for the first question, this encyclical lists significant signs of times. And the signs of times is basically the improvement of the economic conditions of working men and women, and they're playing a political role or social role that leads to a bigger growth in Christian and Catholic nations. And women are also increasing awareness in their natural dignity. And lately, our society is evolving in new and social political lines. And now, and all over the world, men and women are either citizens of an independent state to their continent or to submit their foreign domination. Okay, so then the second question asks, which other sign of time would you add to that list? And I picked another example in today's society is racism. I thought this was a good topic, and many people do not have a voice, and they're attempting to stand up for what they believe in. This is like a problem in our society that's like really bad. And a lot of people get exiled for what they believe in, and I feel like that should change completely, because that's not right. And everybody has the right of freedom and freedom of speech since we live in America, and they should be able to use their voice and the right to be heard. So the third question asked, name one fundamental right, and what does Passatim and Terrace say about it? And so, another right that's covered in the Passatim and Terence, I can't pronounce it correctly, is the right to worship God according to one's conscience. And this means that it's a man's right to be able to worship God freely and have that right according to dictate his unconscious. And it's a right, like it should be a right to have to be able to practice your religion in public and in private. And it's a right that everybody should have. Okay, so then the fourth question of part one asks, what does the encyclical say about laws that are against God's moral order? And so I put for this one, the governmental authority is the postulate of the moral order and derives from God, and the laws passed in contravention. The moral order is in the hands of the divine will and can have no binding force and conscience, since it's right to obey God rather than man. And that defines the word of the following from what we believe in as the people, and the passing of these laws can abuse God's law in general. And the way St. Thomas teaches this is that we're to maintain human law for the right reason, and that the authority comes from God. And then finally, question 6 of part 1 asks, what must civil authorities sometimes do to promote the common good? And I believe that the government often protects the rights of citizens in healthcare, and it's not needed to be discriminated against certain individuals to protect common good. And I feel like what we can do to help is a social structure of kids, family, school, and my church. And I feel like what I can do to help, and I feel like an important concept of the political philosophy is that it plays a central role in philosophical reflection and the public and private dimensions of its social life. And common goal revolves accepting responsibilities to engage in political and civic processes that ensure that all people benefit from these decisions made by Congress. And then I believe that the three central elements for common good go to respect people, the social well-being, and then the development of a group, and also peace. So then part 2 asks to please choose one current issue and describe how the encyclical addresses it. So what I put for this is that the first document is the Catholic teaching to develop, but it's to give a central role in human rights, and the Passatim and Terrace to discuss the order of human beings and human rights. Every human is endowed with free will and free speech and their own intelligence. And the others, we can't control everyone's minds, but we can control how we react to this issue. And I believe that standing up for yourself is very important, and we shouldn't be ruining other businesses and lives for the sake of our voice being heard. I believe that basically for this part, this is going to offend a lot of people, but I'm not trying to say that the whole movement is wrong, what I'm talking about, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that I know what they're trying to get out there. I understand what people are doing is wrong, but you can't change everybody's mindset, you know? The least you could do is be kind to the world. Even though the world's not kind to you, you could still be kind. And people are going to be racist. That's how it's going to be. But I believe that kindness spreads kindness. Like, being kind spreads kindness to other people. Smiling. If you smile and someone's having a bad day, they're going to end up smiling for the rest of the day. You get me? And I just think that we know what's right. And we know that some people can't change, like I said before. And we just have to be careful, because destroying other people's lives and businesses is not, like, the best way to go, not the best way to, and I know you're trying to give a message, but you're also hurting other people while you're doing this process. So, thank you.